I've seen zines online and it's just not the same.
No, yeah, definitely. I think
you just go through about 2 pages like, oh god, I can't bother with this.
Like even though like the whole magazine culture is kind of dying away, and everything's going online, I think zines will continue. I mean, I guess it's kind of like vinyl. It's really come back strong because people like the sort of physicality of it.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, I think I think it'll grow and grow because I think it used to be more about people trying to say something and trying to get something out that they could just make on a Xerox machine, but now it's kind of it's kind of evolved into like,
and you can say
beast.
anything or nothing really.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No way.
Anyone can do it. All you need is a stapler and paper.
Like I said before, when I said letterpress has got more popular, I guess what I meant by that is it's become, dare I say, fashionable again, or yeah, it is more in. And I think it's because people, you can be on the computers all you want to be, but it's nice to actually touch type. It's nice to feel ink embossed on a paper to do something, because all the time we're connected to iPhones, to computers, to these screens. It's just nice to be able to actually get your hands dirty and get into that zone of making something.
It's just such a joy to go into like a beautiful bookshop or find a beautiful book and to be able to sit down and actually read it. I hate, what are those those Kindle things? Oh my god, just buy a bloody book. I hate those things. It's like, as if people don't stare at a screen enough of their life. You get square eyes and my neck kills all the time. And like the tactility of it, just to be able to feel, and like I spend ages deciding like what paper to use and if the way that it prints and if it's kind of a little bit raised or I just think it's so much more special, and you can communicate so much more through it, I think
people are sort of scaremongering when they say, oh, the books are gonna die. They're not.
There's been a technology
Everyone's
to get rid of
still want them.
Paper and printed for like years, hasn't there? Like,
yeah, exactly.
We've had the internet for 20 years. If it was going to die out, it would have died out.
Yeah,
and then I don't think that Kindles and stuff, like, they don't herald the end of print media.
No.
They just open it up to new.
Particularly with things like a zine, which is design. A lot of it is very personal. It's personally made and so on. And I think that there's that aspect of the actual making of it that people get a lot out of, and particularly when you're heading into the more artist booky sort of zines, or things like Out, who you said you've been speaking to, where they're doing the hand screen printing and so on. People are buying that because they value the poster and they value the screen printing, and that's just something that you can't get across on a screen. It's not there.
There's an electronic version of The Shrieking Violet, which you can read online as a PDF, but I think if it was online only, it would exclude a lot of people who don't have the internet. And I think you have to search harder to come across good things on the internet, whereas if it's print, it's kind of out there already and you can pick it up and stumble across it.
There's so many easier and quicker ways to sort of get a message out there.
Especially blogs.
Yeah, if you want to, if you want to blog, tweet, set up forums and so on, and you can describe everything. I mean, there's still going to be a place for printed media to show that, but if it's going to take a week to get it all typed out and then to come back from printers and so on, or just photocopying it.
I think the purpose of zines might have slightly altered. I think it allows more time to be invested into a zine because there isn't necessarily that immediacy anymore. I mean, there will be. I think there is still like a big underground.